We would like to welcome you to the induction ceremony for National Honor Society. If everyone could have a seat. We're about to present our new inductees for National Honor Society, and we want to congratulate everybody and thank you very much for coming this evening. So without further ado, we'd like to bring in our new inductees for National Honor Society.
Thank you guys for attending tonight. To start off our evening, Superintendent Ron Griffin.
Hi, well, good evening and welcome. Before we get started, I think Mr. Roberts and Ms. Moore deserve a round of applause for coordinating this night. So welcome everyone, my name is Ron Griffin, I'm the Superintendent of Schools, and on behalf of our school committee and our entire faculty and staff, I'd like to welcome you to the National Honor Society ceremony. Let me be the first to congratulate our newest members of the National Honor Society. We have nearly 90 members this year. It's fantastic. This is one of my favorite events of the school year. It's a recognition of hard work and dedication, commitment to excellence, but it's also a recognition of commitment to service and giving back to your community. And it's exemplified by the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. And tonight I want to talk a little bit about those. First, look around you. Our National Honor Society members and inductees are the future leaders of our society. They're the future doctors and lawyers. They're the future heads of corporation and the future heads of government. The next generation of our world is led by people just like you. This evening represents a recognition of your talent, your determination, and your commitment to excellence. Just under 10% of all students in the country are inducted into the National Honor Society. The achievement is no easy feat, and it doesn't happen by accident. You've earned it, and tonight is a celebration of your success. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize and thank all of the parents and families that are here tonight. You share in this accomplishment tonight because you've supported your children every step of the way, from helping them with homework to turning your kitchen into the science fair central for a week. Your family are here with you tonight to celebrate with you because they've been here for you since the beginning. So I'd ask our National Honor Society inductees to please give a round of applause to your family. Tonight, we also have several faculty members and staff who are here, not just for their family, but for their students as well, and they've been supporting you along the way, too. So if you're a faculty member or a staff member at the Scituate Public Schools, I'd ask that you stand to be recognized. Faculty. So National Honor Society is a great accomplishment, but the National Honor Society motto tells us that it's more than just an award, that it's a call to action as well. The National Honor Society motto is Noblesse Oblige, and I haven't taken French in a lot of years. It's a little rusty, but the literal translation is nobility obligates. And while the phrase was coined 2 centuries ago, about a century before the National Honor Society was even founded, the spirit of that motto rings true even today. Noblesse Oblige tells us that with success comes an expectation of upstanding, virtuous character and an obligation to service to others. The reason that the National Honor Society adopted the motto in 1921 is to remind us that success is more than just making the grade. Success is more than getting into that right college or right university, and it's more than just landing the dream job. Success is a measure of who you are as a person. It's more than money. It's more than prestige or power. Success is a way of being, and the National Honor Society helps us exemplify that. Ultimately, the accomplishment of being inducted into the National Honor Society comes with a moral imperative for its members. And the National Honor Society outlines this in its 4 pillars: scholarship, character, leadership, and service. The pillars simultaneously bestow status and signify accomplishment, while also calling its members to service and setting an expectation of strong moral character for every one of them. So tonight, enjoy this accomplishment, celebrate it with your friends and your family and your peers. And going forward as a member of the National Honor Society, remember Noblesse Oblige and the 4 pillars. Continue pushing yourself to achieve academic excellence, but don't lose sight of your moral compass. Be a leader in your school and in your community, but remember that great leaders ultimately serve the people that they lead. It's my sincere hope that the ideals of the National Honor Society permeate with your work now and into the future. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish here at Scituate High School and long beyond. And so again, on behalf of our entire faculty and staff, congratulations. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the current Secretary of National Honor Society, Mcconaughey.
This year, for the first time in National Honor Society history, the class of 2018 has decided to take the time to honorarily induct one member of the SHS staff into the National Honor Society. This teacher was voted by members of the National Honor Society class of 2018 to have been the most influential and inspirational teacher we have had. His impact is seen throughout the entire class, and we could not be more grateful to have had such a positive and encouraging force during our 4 years at Scituate High School. So, although he could not be here tonight, we would like to take the time to announce the honorary induction of Mr. Mcguire.
Mr. Mcguire's unconditional positive impact on our lives has not gone unnoticed by the class of 2018, and we would like him to know that students have taken the time to appreciate that. One student says, "Mr. Mcguire is extremely understanding and genuinely cares about each and every one of his students." While another says, "His inspirational, down-to-earth teaching style helps people learn in a way that balances personal enthusiasm and education, drawing people into subjects that otherwise would have been lost on them." We want to thank him for upholding all of the pillars of National Honor Society, embodying what it means to be a role model and a leader. So thank you so much, Mr. Mcguire, for the positive impact that you have had on each and every one of our lives.
And now to talk about the pillars of National Honor Society, we have the Treasurer, Sophia Ferreira.
Service is selfless. Service teaches us how to have empathy, how to self-reflect, and how to be human. Service is a pillar of the National Honor Society that reminds students that this privilege is not only about academic achievement, but about being adaptable, or being the whole package, if you will. It requires a balance between humility and discipline, setting the precedent that a student must contribute to something greater than who they are in order to really become a part of their community. Whether it is repairing houses for underprivileged families on the Appalachian Service Project or something as simple as spending some time at the Scituate Food Pantry, service is about creating a true community of young adults who can learn how to help without need of recognition or reward. Though it may seem tedious now, the lessons we learn from helping others are worth so much more than meeting a requirement. Those who go above and beyond what is expected of them, even after graduation, are the ones who learn from their experiences doing service for others, setting aside their own time to dedicate effort to those of whom need it most. As you incoming seniors begin to juggle your course loads, sports, jobs, and college applications, do not forget how imperative it is to take more from your efforts of service than you think possible. Because even though you will end up taking your last test or passing in your very last assignment, service will continue to follow you throughout your entire life, and with good reason. So I ask all of Scituate National Honor Society inductees tonight to take a moment to congratulate yourselves for taking the time to help others, for setting an example, and for turning your empathy into action. Yeah, it's over. At this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize the current members of the Scituate National Honor Society class of 2018 who have definitely gone above and beyond in completion of their service for our community. If these members are in attendance, please come to the front of the stage over here when I say your name. Audience, please hold your applause until all of the students are announced. Out of the 11 students we would like to recognize, we have 8 graduating seniors who have completed over 200 hours of community service. And if you're here, these students are Natalie Scott, Molly Bonner, Liam Peterson, Mary Kate Morris, Abby Chipman, Leanne Morris, Casey Boynton, and Abby Johnston. We have one student who has completed over 300 hours of community service, and that is Olivia Clark. And last but certainly not least, I'm not sure if they're here, but we have 2 students who have completed over 600 hours of community service in their time here at Scituate High School. And those people are Danielle Ray and Ellie Monger. We want to thank all of you for your dedication to Scituate and embodying the National Honor Society pillar of service. Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Well done.
Your character defines who you are, and through the actions you take and the standards you hold yourself to, it shows all of us around you who you are too. Each of you are here because your character stands out among the masses as being above and beyond the expectations that society holds you to. You are the type of people who help pick somebody up when they've fallen, who sacrifice your own time and efforts to make a positive impact on somebody else's day, and who get so much of your own satisfaction from the knowledge of others' happiness. With these values so ingrained in your personalities, a lot of you might take for granted the magnitude of your strong senses of character. Do not let yourself do that. The worth of your integrity is unimaginably strong. Embrace that you are the people that others look towards for direction, and recognize that you are the people who will shape what this world becomes. As you begin to look towards the future, maintain the confidence, self-awareness, and empathy for others that you show today and every day. Use the rest of your time in high school to foster your character. Build it and shape it, knowing that it will change with you. And once you're confident with what it has become, carry it with you in everything that you do, and you will never cease to see the incredible values in the world around you. Thank you. Up next is the Vice President, Annabel Christianson.
Leadership can come in many different shapes and sizes. Essentially, being a leader means that you are a role model for the people around you. Whether it be in the classroom, in a club, on a sports team, or elsewhere, leadership is essential. By being inducted into this society, each and every one of you has been a leader in some way or another. Each of you has set an example for others to follow through your high level of academia, your strong and confident character, and your willingness to help others. Many of you have likely heard the saying, actions speak louder than words. Although this phrase may be a cliche, I have found it to be very true time and time again. Someone can say something 1,000 times, but it isn't until they take action that their words become effective. True leadership summons one to do the right thing when everyone else seems to be going in the opposite way. True leadership calls one to be confident in the ideas they have and to successfully project those thoughts onto others. Most importantly, true leadership requires one to inspire those who look up to them. As all of you continue and finish out your high school careers, I encourage you to continue and improve upon being leaders. I challenge you to show the world your ideas, make positive changes in your society, and aid others in doing the same. Do not cease to take action in the favor of humanity, and constantly inspire others to follow in your footsteps. Next, I would like to introduce Casey Boynton, the President.
Before I start to talk about scholarship as a pillar of our National Honor Society chapter, I would like to congratulate all of you on a junior year that undoubtedly pushed you to a new caliber of scholarship. In terms of academia, junior year is probably the most stress-inducing year since senior year. Sorry. The fact that you were able to embrace this challenge and be here tonight is something special. To Mr. Roberts and Ms. Moore, my fellow officers, and myself, quality scholarship is more than just AP course loading or an excellent transcript. While grades matter, you were all inducted tonight for more than just your academic data. You were inducted because you demonstrate cooperation and a growth mindset in the classroom, and you had teachers who could vouch for that. Being a member of the National Honor Society means that you not only value your education for yourself, but for others as well. As you go out into the world, beyond the walls of Scituate High School, each and every one of you will pursue a passion that both stimulates your brain and engages others as well. Our generation is being tasked with some of the most pressing and complex challenges ever, yet I have no fear that with such a bright community as ours at Scituate High, we'll have what it takes to solve problems and make progress. Keeping these problems in mind, it's time to recognize that you are a scholar who is capable of making real change in the world. You simply have to decide what kind of scholar you want to be. As a senior who was in your shoes last year, this is the greatest piece of academic advice that I could give you. Take the rest of this school year and the summer to figure out who you are and what you value. Take classes senior year that are meaningful to you, and always pursue depth over breadth. Once you decide your path, be it a career, a college major, or even an extracurricular interest, amazing things will happen. In this sense, scholarship is a process with no final destination. Continue to develop who you are, not just as intellectuals, but as young adults, and the possibilities are endless. Congratulations again, everyone. And at this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, to give of myself freely in service to others, and to hold as fundamental and worthy an untarnished character. In so doing, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Thank you. You may be seated. Congratulations. And now you may rise as a row and step forward onto the stage when your name is called to receive your membership pin.
Milena Adorni. Elise Antonino. Benjamin Askew. Julia Babb. Juliet Ball. Sarah Bast. Hannah Bates. Connor Borick. Mia Brewster Smith. Johanna Buka. Abigail Connies. Avery Cariolo.
You forgot Mary Catherine Bowman.
I apologize. I am learning how to read still. Mary Catherine Bowman. Sorry. Joshua Camo. Claire Critchfield. Nicholas Dennehy. Michael Dametko. Sean Dauphin. Elizabeth Davidson. Emily Davis. Nicholas Desano. Daisy Donovan. Hallie Dowling. Lily Duff. Sheila Dunn. Olivia Dwyer. Catherine English. Charlotte Falvey. Kevin Farwell. Lauren Fishman. Callista Fundulis. I apologize. Sorry. Andrew Ford. Aiden Freeman. Julia Gates. Brendan Grant. Ashlyn Healy. Sarah Hyde. Caroline James. Anders Johnson. Georgia Kinahan. Abigail LeBruck. Wynn Lawson. Kaylin Logue. Paul Logue. James McDonald. Liam Madden. Mary Maya. Thea Malaby. Shane McCarthy. Madden McDonald. Patrick McLaughlin. Sydney Melanson. Erin Miller. Catherine Montgomery. Callie Muth. Hannah Morrell.
Christopher Mullen. Maeve Murphy. Stephanie Murphy. Abigail Murray. Margaret O'Donnell. Michael O'Keefe. Declan O'Neill. Grace Oliveri. Julia Piscini. Elisa Padini. Kaylee Pitton. Jessica Prousty. Emma Pruce. Colleen Quinn. Gabriel Ramirez. Katrina Reedy. Alexi Riccardi. JC Rochick. Jill Ross. Mackenzie Santarella. Andrew Schneider. Amanda Shea. Lucille Smith. Tristan Smith. Ashley Summers. Emily Summers. Ryan Song. Elizabeth Stevenson. Aiden Sullivan. Ann Sullivan. David Sullivan. Grace Sullivan. Peyton Swan. Joseph Thornton. Javiv Triha. Kylene True. Taylor Varnum. Nicole Walsh. Matthew Ward. Caitlin Washburn. And Caroline Young. At this time, we would like to congratulate all of you on such a great job, and also to celebrate our new Performing Arts Center and all of us being here together. We have a very simple reception in the cafeteria, cookies, some vegetables, and some bowls of M&Ms and water. So please, we have a ton of cookies, so please come help yourself, and we look forward to next year seeing you all at graduation. Thank you.